artificial intelligence, known commonly as AI, is steadily reshaping the landscape of education globally, offering practical solutions to challenges faced by schools, teachers, and students. In many classrooms, especially in underserved areas, educators struggled with large class sizes and limited resources, leaving some students without the individual attention they need to thrive. AI is addressing these issues by personalizing learning experiences, helping students learn at their own pace, and enabling teachers to identify and address gaps more effectively. By integrating AI into education, schools are creating an environment where every child, regardless of local or background, has access to quality learning opportunities. As Nigeria continues to embrace AI in schools, the focus remains on bridging learning disparities, empowering educators, and preparing students for a future where technology and innovation play a central role in their lives. Well, how can Nigerian teachers take advantage of AI to help their students? Well, we have in our studio, Adama Odefa is a project lead, AI for Educators Project Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time. Well, AI is being hailed as the game changer in education globally. But how do you see it reshaping, Nigeria's classroom, especially in underserved areas where resources are limited?
Well, from the project we've embarked on, we've seen how effective AI can be, not only for the students, but also for the teachers. And we have the concepts that we refer to as new teachers. AI can actually help new teachers, and new means N, no, E, extra, W, work. So no extra work, because teachers are so burdened. Teachers are so burdened with preparing lesson notes, with grading, with different things that they have to do. And that is where AI comes in to help them to lessen the workload so that they can focus on delivering maximal results in their teaching. And that is what we are about, training these teachers on how to use AI to maximize their teaching skills and to make maximum impact on the learners that they teach.
We understand that, of course, this promises to bridge the learning gap or the learning disparities, among students. But how can we ensure that children's in areas, rural areas specifically, benefit as much as those in the urban centers from this project?
Okay, let me tell you something that might surprise you. It certainly did impress me in a surprising way. Well, this project, when we decided on the two states that we could fund for now, we picked Kebbi State and Ebonyi State. And then when we went to Kebbi State, I thought, oh my goodness, how are we going to run Kebbi State? Internet and all that. Of course, you need internet for AI.
Right.
And surprisingly, Kebbi State did so well with the AI. The teachers kept up. The teachers, they just use their phones. You don't even need to have a computer. And it speaks to how far Nigeria has gone in terms of network coverage, in terms of using mobile phones, in terms of technology. Even though it may seem like we have a lot to cover, to bridge the gap, but we have also achieved a whole lot. And then just to say that this project is carried out by a team of US government exchange alumni. That's people who have been sponsored to go learn in the States and come back to give back. And it's being funded by the Alumni Innovation Engagement Fund. And we're working with the US mission in Nigeria, but it's just our project, and the advocacy is ultimately how to use AI to make education better, especially in secondary schools. Our focus are secondary school educators. Okay,
basically this is focused on secondary school education.
Yes.
But of course, speak to the issue of adoption challenges. It's quite a noble or novel in Nigerian schools.
Yes.
This is quite novel.
It is.
But speak to that, because what are some of the challenges or immediate challenges you foresee when it comes in terms of implementation and infrastructure? Since we're just seeing this for the first time. Of course, in workplaces, workplaces are already adopting the use of AI. But when you talk about school, this is quite novel. So I believe there are challenges out there, and how do you intend to address that?
Oh, absolutely, there are challenges. But do you know what? The challenges are not peculiar to us, because we had a webinar recently. We had a webinar last month where we engaged an expert from the US, Dr. Ann Cook, who is a professor of education. And we were talking about strategies to deliver education, secondary education through AI. And she said something that I found quite interesting, that even in the United States, they face problems, they face hurdles with the use of AI. And most of this is people saying, oh, AI is going to come and take away our jobs. It's going to come teach the children, the pupils. Right. And that's one of the major challenges you have. For those who are somewhat aware, they think AI is a replacement of humans, but it's not possible. AI can never replace humans, because AI works by prompting. So you need to know what to ask the AI to do for you and with you for the AI to do it. It's not something that AI can just get up and do on its own. And some even have this crazy idea that AI is going to stand in front of the kids and start saying blah, blah, blah. But no, it's not. It's never going to do that. It's going to always be the teacher utilizing AI to deliver maximally. So back to your question, the major challenge that we're likely to have in the use of AI is going to be technology, the access to internet. Access to internet is very vital in using AI. But like I mentioned earlier, I was quite pleasantly surprised that even in Kebbi State, we found a good number of the teachers who had access to internet and could use it. And then, of course, we also need a lot of a wider engagement, wider stakeholder engagement. We right now, like you said, nobody's talking about AI for educators in secondary schools. I know that some thing is being done with higher institutions, but in secondary schools, nothing is actually really being done. So we need a lot of advocacy. We need to embrace this, because AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So the sooner we jump on, the sooner we start using it, and we start using it positively, the better for our country. So,
well, there are concerns that increasing reliance on AI in classrooms could diminish the human elements in education, and this concern is because it's about how to strike a balance, between leveraging technology and maintaining, a kind of emotional connection with these students. So how do you intend to address that, or balance, strike a balance between, these differences or concerns?
Right, and that is where good policy comes in.
Right.
In our team, there are 12 of us, different expertise. I'm the lawyer in the team, and there are other big, very, very well-trained people. We have a Microsoft trainer, an MVP on the team, and all sorts of people, media people and all sorts. So policy is very important, and that is why the team was constituted the way that it is. So you need to have an AI policy, and that is part of our advocacy. We can't just throw AI into the schools like that. It's very important that there are policies in place
that will strike a balance.
Yes, to guide the use, to strike the balance. And this policies will tell you where the boundaries are and what is going to happen, the consequences of crossing those boundaries. So that's one of the most important ways to control it. And, of course, academic integrity, how seriously it's taken, especially in the West. So these are part of the things. And then, of course, there are technological tools to find out when there's an over-reliance on AI, because AI is just supposed to help you with your research, but it's not supposed to write a paper for you. So there's technology for you, for your teacher to know that you just went and said, AI, tell me maybe climate change, give me an essay, 500-word essay on climate change, and AI is just going to remove and just bring it down to you. But if there's no touch of, you actually know what you're saying, for example, you're not relating it to Nigeria, which is where you live, you're not relating it to recent activities that happened around your locality concerning climate change, then of course it's going to be flagged as something that the student did not put any effort in. Same with the teachers too. There will be policies, there must be policies to shape how you use AI. And that was why in the course of our training, one of the things we trained on was policy, AI policies, how to create a school policy, an AI school policy.
Well, A good place to leave it. Adama Odefa, Project Lead AI for Education Nigeria. Thank you for coming on Newsnight.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.